Let's talk Disney Cruise Line. So we just got off the Disney Dream this past Monday, and we're going to talk about the pros and cons of a older ship versus one of the newer ships. So it is no secret that my favorite ship right now is the Disney Treasure, only because of the fact that it's the longest cruise going right now that I can book, like the 7 days a week, unless I want to book back-to-back cruises, and it just has so much going on for it. But I want to talk about the older cruise ships because we just got off the Disney Dream and I had an amazing time. Now these are the pros and cons of getting on one of the older ships compared to one of the newer ships. There's people that absolutely hate the newer ships, like the Disney Wish. People are like, I hate that ship. That's actually one of my favorite ships, just because of the cons of the older ships that I'm about to talk about. So let's do the cons first, because you always want to hear bad news first before you hear the good news, right? So the cons of the older ships are, in my opinion, there's not enough lounges that kind of bring me into some place to just hang out in the ship, other than the adult area pool, which is in its own category. I'll talk about that later. But the lounges in the older ships compared to the newer ships are not quite as themed, in my opinion. Like on the Disney Dream, there is the Pink Lounge, there is the District, which is, so the District area is where all of the different, pretty much all the different adult areas are, the D Lounge, the things like that. So that area is not, it's not very Disney. But on the newer ships, all the lounges are themed toward Disney IP. So like you have the Haunted Mansion bar, you have Star Wars bar, you have Tiana, you have the Jungle Cruise, you have soon to be on the Destiny, you have Pirates of the Caribbean coming out. So you have all these different places that I'm like, I know this. I want to go here because I'm immersed in the Disney IP that I absolutely love. And that's the things that I really love about the new ships compared to the older ships, is there's not enough IP on the older ships as much as I personally would like. Now I know there are some people that you're like, you know what, I miss the creativity that Disney has and not, leaning on their IPs. But that's what every company does, is lean on the things that people love about them. So if you were to go to a character meet and greet, for instance, would you rather go to a meet and greet that you know the character, or a random character that you have no idea who the heck they are? I'm pretty sure you'd go to the character that you actually know and love. Well, that's me with all the different lounges and bars on the cruise ship, and a lot of other places on the cruise ship is they're more themed to the things that I like, which again is the Disney IP. That's why I'm on a Disney cruise, not just a random Royal Caribbean, Carnival, Norwegian, one of those that have, are just, random. I am on a Disney cruise where I love Disney things, and I want Disney IP to be immersed around me and make me feel like I'm at one of the parks, but on the ocean. So that is pretty much my only big, huge con of going on one of the older cruise ships, because the rest is still amazing. For one, the server that we had this past time was the best server that I have ever had on any of the Disney cruise ships, whether it be the newer ships or the older ships. He was amazing. He has been there for 15 years, and he just loves it, and he likes the older ships, just being on them and things like that. But he was absolutely amazing. So a lot of the older ships are people that are wanting to be there. Some of them have been there a very, very long time, so they know what they're doing, and they're more friendly, they're more entertaining. It was just an all-around experience with the servers and the crew members on this ship was outstanding. And again, one of the top tiers that we've been on any of the cruises. Another pro that I absolutely love is the adult area on the Disney Dream. The adult pool area is far superior to the adult area on the Wish and the Treasure, and probably the Destiny when it comes out. There is just, it's not in the very back of the ship, which some people like the back of the ship thing. this has it has two different areas. It has one area that has a pool and two hot tubs, and it has like a little area where there's a bar where you can sit down and like put your feet in the water, so you don't have to actually get in the water. You can just put your feet in the water. It has like a big mister thing. And then there's another place upstairs to that on deck, I think it's 13, and you can go over there. There is a satellite type pool, like it's like, you know, the satellite balls that are on the ships. So it has like a pool, or it has like a sitting area with like a waterfall thing going down, and that's really cool. They have a lot of seats up there. So the adult area on the Disney Dream is far superior to the Wish. For one, so like the hot tubs, we love going into hot tubs, and you know, it's so relaxing and stuff like that. On the Wish and the Treasure, there's only this one little tiny hot tub in the adult area, and it's away from the pool, it's away from everything else, and you can only probably fit like, I don't know, 5 or 6 people in that thing because it's so small, and there's only one of them. So if there was 2 of them on the other side of the adult area, that'd be a little bit better. But on the Dream, there is 2 huge hot tubs right beside each other, and they're really cool. They're on the side of, like, kind of on the side of the ship, where you can see down. Like, it has a glass bottom where you can see below you, and you can see the ocean, and it's just really cool. But the adult areas in they have the Cove Bar in there, far superior to the newer ships. Now let's go back to one of the cons. I kind of do a con and a pro and a con and a pro, because it reminded me the older ships like the Dream don't have some of the technology things that some of the newer ships have, like in the cruise, in the staterooms, for instance. The newer ships have a lot of USB plugs, outlets, things like that. They have a lot of things where you can, you know, plug in stuff. In the older ships, there was none of that. Like in my side of the bed, there was no outlet. Thank goodness I had a big, huge battery pack that I could just plug in my phone charger right beside the bed, you know, because I like the phone being beside my bed for like alarm reasons and things like that. If I need to get up or, you know, emergency kind of things, I don't want it to be way away from me on the other side of the room, like you would have to if I wouldn't have had that on my side of the bed if I didn't have the battery pack. But there's just not enough technology on the ships to support a lot of the, you know, a lot of the things that we have now, because they came out a long time ago. So again, like the USBs, USB-Cs, they have updated some of it, but I don't feel like they updated it enough to be able to you know, have stuff again like near the bed and stuff like that. But again, I love the stateroom. The bed was amazingly comfortable. You know, nothing against the other parts of the stateroom, but the technology part of the stateroom was not the best. Like on the Disney Wish and the Disney Treasure, I could get on their app and I could watch the TV, any of the TV stuff on the phone. Like if I wanted to see where we were on the map on my phone, when I'm on the Wish and Treasure, I could see that. When I was on the Dream, I couldn't do that. There was nothing on the app that said watch TV or anything like that. Like when the kids were at dinner, I could, you know, push watch TV and they could watch any of the movies on the app. But on the Treasure or the Dream, I couldn't do that for some reason. I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's just not on the app anymore, or if it was because I was on the Dream, an older ship that doesn't have that kind of technology on it. But other than that, you know, again, the technology of the older ships compared to the newer ships, I just I prefer the newer ship technology to the older ship technology. Now, one of the pros is the colors. The color schemes I like more on the older ships. I do like the Treasure. I love the Treasure, like the darker, warmer tones compared to the Wish, the brighter tones of the Wish, like the blues and stuff like that. I like the warmer tones on the Treasure. So if you look at the warmer tones on the Treasure, they're like the older ships. So they went from warmer tones on the older ships to a bright color scheme on the Wish, and they're like, you know what, let's go back to the warmer tones on the Treasure. And I hope they do that with the Destiny as well, because I like the warmer tones. It makes it feel more homey and just relax better, in my opinion. I just like those warmer tones of the older ships. And it's, you know, it's just really nice. Now, when it comes to the layout it's completely different than, you know, each of the different cruise ships. I like the newer ship layout compared to the older ship layout. I don't have a problem with the older ship layout. It's just, in my opinion, easier to navigate and know where things are. Everything's more centrally located in the newer ships than the older ships. And a lot of people hate the newer ships configuration. I happen to like the newer ships configuration compared to the older ships configuration. But there's a lot of old people that love the older ship configuration because they think that's easier to navigate. I don't know why, I just like the newer ones. But again, it's not hard to navigate the older ships. I like the newer ships a little bit more layout-wise. Now, the entertainment on this ship was amazing. I love Beauty and the Beast. I love that show. I love the Golden Mickeys, which I had to get a Golden Mickey while I was on the ship because I was like, I love the Golden Mickeys. I need my own Golden Mickey. Thank you for all your support and your love. And I didn't earn this, but you know, I still love that show. I also absolutely love the show Believe, and that's also on the Dream. And those 3 shows are amazing. Now, the newer ships, the show Seize the Adventure, it's a 20-minute show, so it's a lot shorter than all the other shows on the older ships. So it's only like 20 minutes long. It's not my favorite show. I'd rather pick one of the other shows from the other ships. And they put it on the Wish, they put it on the Treasure, and I'm pretty sure they're going to put it on the Destiny as well. Not my favorite show. Again, I don't mind it, and I'll still watch it, but it's not one of my favorites. I like the older ones like Believe and things like that when it comes to a variety show. It's a lot longer. Like the Seize the Adventure is only 20 minutes long. I wish it was a longer show, more in-depth, like a storyline, other than it's just Goofy wanting to be a captain and Minnie's like, here, have some magic and be a captain. But, you know, like Believe is like a really touching story between a dad and a daughter, and, you know, it's a really, really good show. The other shows I really like, they did Beauty and the Beast on the Treasure, which is pretty much exactly like the one on the Dream. And they also had Moana, which I absolutely love Moana on the Treasure. But then I also love Aladdin on the Wish. But they also have Aladdin on, I think it was the Magic. It's just different, again, different technology. So it's a little bit different show-wise. But I love the shows on the older ships compared to the newer ships. Just because they're again, that one show just ruined it for everything. With the Seize the Adventure, it's too short. Disney, you need to make a longer show, and you need to put those on the newer ships, because that show's just not cutting it for me. I don't know about you. Again, it's not that bad. I'll still watch it, but it's not my favorite. So those are the things that I loved and hate about, well, not hate, dislike. I don't really hate anything on the Disney ships, but those are the things that I like, the pros and cons of the older ships versus the newer ships. So take that with a grain of salt. That's just my personal preference. You might love some of the things that I said I don't like, and you might hate some of the things that I absolutely love. So take that with a grain of salt and do with it what you will, and just pick the ship that has the most things that you want. Because again, I'm just a Disney IP person. I love Disney stuff, so that's why I like the newer ships layout and the theming of the newer ships. That's just why I love those the most. That's why I like the Wish. That's why I like the Treasure. But again, I still love the Dream. We had a phenomenal time, and we really want to go on the Fantasy before it leaves. And you know, so it's. They're all amazing ships. I would spend a week on any of those ships or more. I would just live on a ship. I would just live on a Disney ship if I could, but I can't. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys later. Remember to love yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.